What's going on? Welcome to Asian Cosell. So we have one here. What is it? A transgender girl or biological male joins the boys track and field team in Virginia. So let's get into this article. So here it is. Yeah, and yeah, and she's been, pretty much a boy, but you know, said she's a girl. So let's look. A transgender girl in Virginia has joined a boys' track and field team at her high school after being barred from girls' sports. Yeah. And Eliza Munchie is a senior at Falls Church High School in the northern part of the state near Washington, D.C. She tried out for the girls' track and field team in February. But Donald Trump signed that executive order that month denying federal funds to any school that allows trans girls and women to compete under their gender identity. Now, the Virginia High School League, which regulates high school sports in the state, announced it would ban trans girls from girls' sports because why? They're originally a male. So Eliza joined the boys and track team, her last chance to join her friends and participate before she graduates in June, the Post reports. Eliza is known she's a girl at an early age. She preferred typical girls' clothes and would point to female characters in storybooks, saying, "That's me." Her parents, Ali and Shyam Munshi, were supportive, and she changed her name and pronouns before going into fifth grade. But her parents informed teachers, friends, and relatives at the time trans people weren't under the political attack they are under today. And the Munchies found most of their circle to be happy for Eliza. They sought medical advice and went to support groups. Eventually, Eliza began receiving gender affirming care. Now, Shiloh Munchie is in the military. So the family has moved around a great deal. They found Alabama and Florida to be less than welcoming to trans people. So they shared information about Eliza with only a select few. But after Florida banned gender affirming care for minors in 2023, the Munchies returned to Virginia. The Florida law has been struck down in court, but the state is appealing. But since track and field meets at Eliza high schools are co-ed, it was easier for her to make the transition from the girls to the boys team than it would have been in other sports. At the meet covered by the Post, she competed in the discus throw, but her performance provides evidence that the arguments that trans girls are more like boys shouldn't compete with girls. Her throws were 41.2 feet and 2 inches and 41 4 inches. The average throw in the boys competition was about 74.5 feet, the Post reports. But yeah, she's pretty much transitioned the whole time. But I'm just saying, yo, if she was born a dude, she's a guy. But what do I know? What do I know with all this sensitivity, with all this transgender you know, there's a choice. They can have their own division, but they're like, no, I want to come into women's sports and dominate and take them out and blah, 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 and this and all that. So, yep. And that's how it goes. So, yep. So, an executive order's been, it's passed by Donald Trump, and that's how it's going to be. And we're going to have to keep, trans males out of women's sports or girls' sports for that matter. And we had too many problems with that. So, yeah. All right. If any of you enjoyed any of this content, please give me the HKO special. Help the king out. Hit the like, subscribe, and comment. And wherever you are, stay safe, and I'll see you in my next video.